morning, guys. Today we are back to being the Sunshine State. It is nice and sunny outside and I think not too hot as well. Around 9 o'clock last night, or no, not 9, 8 o'clock last night, we were finally able to go out and look around, and the only damage from everything is there's 2 trees down behind us, but pretty big trees, but not, they were far enough back from the golf course that like they didn't hit the apartments. So 2 trees fell, and that's about the extent of it. So very lucky. But I wanted to say, last night I just had this moment. We went out for a walk. There was still like a little bit of rain, but it was just like a drizzle. So we went out for a walk just to see what the damage was and what, just kind of how much the lake had filled up from the rain, because we got like 4 inches of rain. And after everything cleared, like it was like around sunset at this point, and everything had finally started clearing, and the entire day yesterday, if you look at my vlog, I say it on repeat, it was dark, it was unnerving, it was loud, it was destructive, it was just 15 straight hours of storms. And because the clouds were so thick, it was dark all day. Like at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it was darker, like looked like dusk, like it was super dark all day. And finally, when it started clearing out around sunset, and this beautiful, I mean just absolutely awe-inspiring, breathtaking, beautiful sunset came across the sky in between the storm clouds. And if I remember, I'll put some pictures in, but honestly, the pictures don't do it justice. Like if you look at the picture, times it by about 2 or 100, I don't know, it was, the pictures just did not capture it accurately, but it was just so beautiful. It was like, it was interesting because there was lightning still going off on this side of the sky. There were still super dark clouds in front of us, but then over here the clouds were breaking, and it was just like this beautiful red and pink and slightly little tinges of golden sky. And it was one of the most beautiful sunsets I have ever seen. I was just sitting there and staring at it until it went away. And while I was sitting there staring at it towards the end, I had this image, I guess this metaphor popped into my mind of, right now we are all in a storm, and we are all dealing with this darkness, this scariness, and we don't know when it's gonna go away, and we don't know how much damage it's gonna cause, and we don't know, you know, how bad it's gonna get. But at the other end of this storm that we're in, there's gonna be that beautiful sunset. Someday, whether it's months, possibly years, like whenever this goes away, and we can finally breathe that sigh of relief, we're gonna be able to look at that beautiful sunset on the other side. That sunset that says we made it through the darkness, we made it through the scary, and it's over now. And we can breathe a sigh of relief. It's over, and we made it through, and here's the beauty that came from the storm. Because it was like yesterday in a real life example that the storms that caused not much destruction here, but some destruction other places and other things, there can be beauty from that. Because it was the storms that made that beautiful sunset, because it was mixed with the storm clouds and the lightning kind of in the distance, and it was like, it was just like the storms, there's some beauty that can only come from the storm. And that doesn't negate the fact that the storm itself is destructive and causes sadness, and you'd rather it not be there. Just like the virus, you wish that it never happened, you wish that it would go away, you wish that, you know, it doesn't, the beauty that comes after it doesn't take away from the sadness and the tragedy that came from it, but it does say that there is beauty on the other side. There is, you know, that old saying, the sun is always shining behind the clouds, and you just gotta wait for it. So that's what I was thinking about when I watched that last night. I was like, this is, in a real literal sense, the storms are over and this is amazing. And in the fictional sense, the storm is still going on, but hopefully we're gonna get to our amazing, and we're gonna see that amazing. So, and then while I was watching that, I also this song popped into my head that I really like. It's God Speaking by Mandisa. And one of it was, one of the lines in it, has you ever watched a sunrise and felt you could not breathe? But this was the sunset, but same thing. And I was like, well, you know, it's true. these little sunsets and sunrises are the example that no matter all the craziness that's going on and all the anxiety, God's still in control, and there's still this beauty in the world to be found. And so that just made me really have like this peaceful feeling last night, that in a literal sense, thank goodness the storms are over, and in a fictional sense, the storm will be over someday. So for today, I am about to take Panda out. I'm gonna do my vest, and don't know what I'll get up to today. I might go for a run, but it depends on how hot it's gonna get. I think the high was only supposed to be 84. Only 84, guys. This is, when you live in Florida, it's like, oh, the high is only 84 today, but I don't know how humid it is because I haven't stepped outside yet. So we'll see, but yeah, just figure out what I'm gonna do after my treatment, take the day one step at a time. But hope you guys are having a good day out there. Hope you guys are staying safe and sane, and I'll see you guys in a little while. Hey guys, so I'm outside. One, running is definitely off the table right now because our heat index is almost 100 degrees, so I'm gonna skip that. But I wanted to show you guys, the sun is creating a terrible glare, show you guys the little bit of storm damage that we had, the trees that fell. This one right here, actually didn't even realize it fell until this morning. So that is our apartment building right there, and then these are behind us. I've always thought about the fact that if this tree right here were to overfall, we'd be screwed because it would pretty much at least flatten our living room, possibly the kitchen as well. But so this one I didn't realize fell till this morning. I'm about to show you. The other two I realized yesterday afternoon because I saw them. And there's a lot of trees down back here because of Irma and just other storms, but the ones that still have the bright green leaves are from before. That's how I tell the difference. Hopefully this wind isn't too bad. So show you guys when I flip this around. So there's this one right here that I didn't realize till this morning it fell. I had Panda back here, and I saw that it was laying on the ground because at first I thought it was just low branches, but when I investigated further, I discovered that it did crack right there. You can see the roots coming out from the ground. It's hard to tell because of the ivy, but this one fell, which is kind of, you know, these aren't exactly little trees that fell. They're not huge, but they're not little either. This makes me kind of sad because I really like this tree. I just like the leaves on it. Let me show you. I didn't know it grew flowers too. It's growing flowers, or it was gonna grow flowers. I'm not sure it's gonna be alive anymore, but I really like the leaves that are on it. They kind of remind me of ferns, and I like ferns. I know that's really random, but so I can't tell if it's still partially in the ground or if it's completely broken, so I guess we'll see if it continues to live, but it continues to grow leaves. But that's one of them that I didn't even realize till this morning. And what's funny is this one fell over, but the little saplings like this did not. Actually, that one right there might have fallen. Go over there. Yeah, this one broke. I didn't realize that till just now, so that's 4 trees actually. This little sapling right here broke and fell, and it's leaning against that bigger tree up there, but it fell as well. So it's interesting to me how this one fell for some reason, but these 3 right here did not. Like what makes the differentiator between which one falls and which one doesn't? I don't know. But yeah, you can see this one right here. It's leaning against that tree. It's kind of hard to tell in all the foliage, but this little sapling fell as well. It's really interesting too because this one is facing this way, but this one fell that way. I don't know. Interesting. Then the other 2 are a little bit farther down back here behind the apartments. For the record, sometimes I feel quite self-conscious when I'm filming out here. I don't know why, because I do it at airports, but I guess it's just because this is my home, and so I see these people more than once, but I don't know. Anyway, the other 2 are a little bit farther back, not behind our apartment, but behind the neighbors, but these are the 2. I didn't even know about those 2 until this morning. These are the 2 I saw yesterday that we'd confirmed last night when we went out when the storms were over. We do actually finally have a lake behind us, so that's, or a creek behind us, so that's nice. I did not know it was supposed to be so windy today. I thought the wind was gone, so hopefully you can hear me. But so this one was the biggest one that fell. This is the first one that I saw. yesterday. You can see back there where it came out. It just, oh, there we go. It just completely ripped right out of the ground and broke. And thankfully it was farther back, because this was actually probably the biggest tree that fell. And like I said, I know that it fell recently because it was growing leaves and they're all still green. So I feel like this one definitely is not going to keep growing leaves because it's pretty much all the way out of the ground. But and then there was one more over here that we discovered last night as well. This was the only one I could really see from our window. The last one that I saw that at least I know of back here is this one, and we didn't discover this one until last night. It's kind of hard to tell. But that thing that looks like a bush maybe sticking up is the tree. Actually, I think this one might be bigger than that one. I'm not sure. But its stump is hidden in the foliage. It's kind of hard to see. I forget exactly where it was now. We saw it last night. But this whole thing right here is also a tree that fell. I think that one is bigger. You just can't see it as well because it's in the foliage. Where's the stump? Oh, right there. Back there. Hidden. And there's a bee next to me. Can you see it? Hidden back there. Am I on it? I'm on the palm tree. Right there. There's the stump. So, at least 4. I don't know if there was more other places, but those were the ones I saw. Well, 2 this morning and those 2 I saw last night. So, actually that's interesting, thinking about the fact that all these were laying this way except for that one sapling that went that way. So I don't know why that is, but anyway, so I'm gonna head back inside, finish my coffee, and probably call my grandma. But I thought it'd be interesting to show you guys that. It was quite the storm that we had, and even though it's like 87 with a heat index of almost 100 degrees out here, I am enjoying the sunshine. You know, if I was saying I was enjoying rain, now I'm enjoying the sun. Hey guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end today's one early because I have all the footage already today, so I'm gonna just end it here. I feel like to talk about all the trees that fell over made me want to do something different. I might do it tonight or tomorrow. It depends on how hot it is tonight and how much I feel like going outside. But
stick figures?
No.
Get it? Stick figures.
I'm going to take a notebook, or possibly just my phone notes, and jot down the characteristics of each of some of my favorite trees around here, including my absolute favorite one by the lake, and figure out what kind of trees we have around us, because I don't actually know. I think we have one magnolia tree. Okay, minus the palm trees. I know what those are. I think we also have a magnolia tree, but some of these other ones, I'm not sure what they are. And like the ferny ones I showed you, I really like those. So I want to find out what they are. Probably do that more tomorrow. We'll see. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and say thank you guys so much for coming along on my day today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night.